Olivia, what was going on in your life when you had like what was going on like in your home situation when you flew out to meet Sean or when you went to his house for the first time?
So I was in the Bay Area before I came to see the Bay. I was in the Bay Area before I came here. I was about in the Bay for a month or 2 months. I don't really remember. But I was going over there because my mom was working over there. But actually, like I wasn't before then. I didn't see my mom for like probably a year. I was like literally living in Virginia alone, going to, driving everywhere alone, all of that stuff. And then I was like, I want to visit my mom for the summer. So I visited her in the Bay. Throughout the whole process, I was working, which basically being like a financial planner and yeah, helping with financial services, insurance, all of that stuff. So I was still doing the exact same thing I'm doing right now,
Hmm.
except I'm at a very much more elevated level, as well as I now have my king.
Okay, so where were you going to high school during this time that you were like living alone and driving, driving yourself around? When you just mentioned you were living in Virginia, were you in high school at that time, or was this after high school?
This was way after school.
Oh, okay, 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 okay.
Or
So you were
a
living.
little bit after, a little bit after.
Okay, all right. So
I literally don't remember. It's all a blur to me. Like that whole part of my life is like a
I
blur.
think you
so
should
wait,
do
so when
that.
you
No, I think
decided
you
to.
should. I think you should like really
Okay, then I'll have to
remember.
look back at pictures.
Like, I think you should really remember.
But to clarify, we started talking in June 2021. That is when our first DM, and it was not romantic.
Okay, all right, cool.
We got into a relationship in August 2022. So that's the timeline.
Okay, so Sean, to the last question that I had asked, because I'm sorry, a lot of the comments are saying that I didn't let you finish, and they want you to. Did you want to finish answering that?
As far as what?
When I asked about you gravitating towards Olivia.
I'll say this. I think that each relationship has its ebbs and flows. There's times where I'd be like, Olivia, don't even look at me. And there's times where, I think, Shanice may, I'd be like, Shanice, just leave me alone. And I'm sure there's times where they'd be like, Sean, get your snapping turtle looking away from me. I think every relationship has its ebbs and flows. I would never sit up here and try to pretend to be perfect. I will say that for me, I will only continue a relationship if I really feel like I'm helping somebody reach their potential. And I feel like not only that, but I feel like I'm the best person to reach their potential. So I feel like that would be more of a question for like Shanice, because that's the only way that I would like get rid of like a relationship, or a question for like Olivia, if they feel like I'm the best person on the planet to help them reach their potential. Like I can sit up here and say how I feel, but I feel like it's not necessarily like valid, if that makes sense.
Okay, okay. Olivia, when you decided to stay in San Diego with Sean and Shanice, did you just leave everything behind? Like, did you still have did you have a lease on your apartment? Like, what made you decide like to leave kind of, your life behind in Virginia and, you know, be in the relationship?
Well, because I just knew that I was able to grow in this environment, but also is super aligned with my mission. And like my thing is that like I've always not craved, but well, that too, but I desire to like have a family. I don't know, it's just always within me at a very young age, and and create a family. So this was my chance to do that with somebody I'm super aligned with.
Okay. Did you feel a sense of pressure considering the fact that, you he pretty much said, if you weren't going to be his woman that you had to, kind of like go. Did you feel a sense of pressure or did you feel like you were able to have enough time to make the decision to be in the relationship with him?
Oh, I had a lot of time because I remember we were talking and he basically So he basically was like, you're not coming back to San Diego again after a certain dinner. And that's only because at that dinner, like, he saw that I didn't like him. So he was like, I'm not gonna have like a woman like sitting up in here. And we're like, I like you, and we're just sitting up like we're sitting in my house. Like, that's just not something what I want to do.
I got too much respect to put myself in a woman's friend zone. I like, listen, if you're a woman and I'm talking to you, I'm either interested in like dating you or that's it. Unless it's like a business relationship, like I have no interest in just having like a female like friend. So I just told her that like, hey, like no interest.
Yep.
And that was it. Wasn't like a bad thing. It's just I have too much respect for myself, knowing like I feel some type of way about somebody, and if they don't feel some type of way, like that's cool. Like I accept that. You don't like me, I get it. You don't see me that way, I understand that. But what I'm not gonna do is sit in the friend zone and hope one day she likes me. I knew that she liked me, but well, I can't say I knew. I had a suspicion, a deep suspicion. And I feel like whatever you can confront, you can like handle. So
Yeah.
that's what we did. But there's no way I would ever just sit in a woman's friend zone. Like if you don't like me, I can take that. I'll just move on. I'm not gonna sit on the friend zone and like wait, because if you don't, like it's your loss.
Yeah. So when he told me that, I respected that completely because it's like understandable. I would say if I was situation was flipped, I would not want that either. So basically he was like saying like, I'm not asking you to go, I'm not asking you to like book a flight, spend the rest of your time here in San Diego, but after you leave, you're not coming back. And I was like, okay. So I had a lot of time to think. He basically he didn't kick me out, so I had a lot of time to think about it.
Okay, so I just want to ask something a little, so I could get a little deeper into that, because in that same live, you had said that you called him bro, and he got really upset. So from how long after? I guess you guys had the dinner the day before he had that conversation with you, or how long?
The conversation about the leaving.
Yeah, about you, like if you don't want to be his woman, that you'd have to go.
Yeah, when did we have that conversation?
Yeah, how long after the dinner where you called him bro and he got upset?
Oh, that dinner.
I confronted it right in front of the other couple. Like I just was like straight up, and she was laughing. She thought I was joking, and I was just like, bro, like.
Oh, so that was the same night.
I'm literally not joking. I literally told her straight up. I was like, well, babe. She called me bro, and I was like, yeah, this is gonna be the last time I ever see you.
Huh?
I told her just like that. This will be I'm a very direct person. I'm not gonna lie to anybody. I'm not gonna bullshit. I'm not gonna do any of that. There's nothing that these people can come up here and say that like they don't already know about. I'm fully transparent. I am as authentic as they come. I am very, very, very transparent. I feel like that's like my superpower. So I just confronted it. It was not disrespectful, but I told her like, yeah, this is the last time I see you.
Okay, I just want to say really quick, I still have two more questions, but Shanice and Olivia, you guys are so beautiful, and like I just want to say that because you guys are beautiful, and I don't necessarily approve of this whole thing or support it, but yeah, I just want to let you guys know that you guys are so beautiful, so beautiful. All right. Anyways, Olivia, how did you feel from going like, do you refer to people that you feel romantically about as bro, or did you make the switcheroo kind of, just.
Can you repeat it? I got a little distracted.
Do you refer to people that you feel romantically about as bro? Like what made you go from calling him bro to deciding that you wanted to be in the relationship with him? You don't feel like that there was any sort of manipulation involved there? Like you don't feel like you were kind of given an ultimatum?
I think honestly, deep down, I did was attracted by his intellect, and I was like attracted in one way. It wasn't technically romantic, but I was attracted to something of his because we clicked, we hit it off from the phone call. So already from that, I knew that there was some sort of chemistry there. Not romantic, right? However, in terms of why was I did I see it as romantic suddenly? Is honestly because it just seems super aligned, and also I was kind of suppressing my pretty much desire for him, basically. I would say.
Okay, so you were kind of suppressing it until he kind of like brought it out of you.
Yeah. Yep.
Okay.